Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. So it's been about a month since my last Starfield mod video, so I figured I'd go back and take a look at just how far the Star Wars mods have come in the span of about a month. And oh boy, there are a lot of Star Wars mods now. And not only has the quantity of the Star Wars mods increased, but the quality of the mods has as well. It's actually insanely impressive just how far the community has grown and improved in such a short amount of time with the Starfield mods. Things that we thought wouldn't be possible in a year's time due to the lack of mod tools are already here after just 1 month, and I gotta say, some of them look pretty damn good with all things considered. Now today's video is going to be a continuation of the last Star Wars mod video I made, so if you haven't seen my previous Star Wars mod video, I highly recommend you check that one out after this one. That way between both videos you guys can just completely overhaul your game and have the absolute best Star Wars experience. And since today's video is all about Star Wars, I figured I'd take this time to let you guys know that I am partnered up with Fine Edition Sabers. Now, Fine Edition Sabers is where I got my replica Darth Vader saber. It's called the Premium Vengeance, and I gotta say, it looks absolutely awesome on my shelf. I've always wanted to start myself a lightsaber collection, and over at Fine Edition Sabers, they have a wide variety for you guys to choose from. They have everything from Ahsoka's sabers to Luke Skywalker's saber to Darth Maul, obviously Darth Vader, Mace Windu, Cal Kestis, Obi-Wan, the Darksaber. I mean, you name it, if you have a favorite lightsaber, it's probably found at Fine Edition Sabers. So if you use the referral link down below and you use code Swanee at checkout, you can get up to 10% off any purchase. So with that said, let's continue on with the video. Now in my previous video, one of the standout mods was the Galactic Civil War Conversion mod that transforms the entirety of the UC security found all around the galaxy into stormtroopers. And that mod was so popular in the community that there have been a number of brand new mods that make the Galactic Civil War mod even better. So last time I mentioned the Galactic Stormtrooper voice line mod, and this mod uses AI to replace the dialogue of the UC security guards to say things about the Clone Wars and the Rebel Alliance and the Empire. Well, that mod has since received an update to now include the female security officers as well, adding even more immersion anytime you come across a stormtrooper in your playthrough.
Ever run into rebels? Scumbags and scavengers. They're like vultures picking away at the leftovers of the Clone War. You'll find them scouring through old labs and facilities, taking whatever's not nailed down.
Mods like this are super interesting to me because of just how fast AI is evolving, and I can't wait to see how far and immersive the mods will become in, let's say, just a year from now. And if you're going to be getting those two previous mods, you might as well get the Galactic Empire era name replacement mod as well. Now this mod replaces all the names in the game referring to the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective, and even the word robot, and it replaces them with words like Imperial, Galactic Empire, Imperial Navy, Rebels, and Droids. And I gotta say, this was an absolute game changer for me. Just walking up to a stormtrooper and seeing it labeled as a stormtrooper just makes it feel so much more believable. And when you encounter bounty boards labeled Rebel Alliance Mission Board, or my personal favorite is the UC SysDef is now labeled as a Star Destroyer, seeing all the names changed in the game truly makes it feel like a Star Wars game when you're playing, and I can't recommend this mod enough. So up next, we've changed the names of everything, and we have stormtroopers now, but next we need to change the environment. And we can do so with the UC to Galactic Empire mod. Now what this mod does is change the United Colonies logos and text to Galactic Empire logos and posters. So now when you walk around New Atlantis, you'll see tons of Imperial logos and propaganda plastered all around the city. This mod also overhauls Aquila City to have the Rebel Alliance logos, and even changes the bounty boards and mission objectives to now have the Empire and Rebel logos as well. So this mod is honestly a no-brainer if you're wanting the ultimate Star Wars experience. So next up are two smaller mods, but they have a pretty big impact, and they are the Star Wars Imperial Cred Stick and the Rebel Beskar credits. Now these two mods change the in-game credits to look like either an Imperial-themed cred stick, or you can completely change them to resemble the pure Beskar steel bars from the Mandalorian. Now I personally like the Imperial Cred Stick a little bit more just because it seems a little bit more realistic compared to everyone walking around carrying just chunks of Beskar as currency, but I can't deny how cool it it is when you come across just a pile of Beskar just lying around in your adventures. So both these mods are really great options, and they do a really great job of adding even more to the immersion. Okay, so the next few mods are going to be a bit of a combination of mods to pull off this outfit, but in Starfield you do a lot of bounty hunting, so you might as well look the part and become one of everyone's favorite bounty hunters, the Mandalorian. So to do this, you'll need the Mandalorian's helmet and jetpack mod that brings the assets over from Fortnite over to Starfield, and you'll need the Bounty Hunter armor mod and the Star Wars Bounty Hunter jetpack sounds, and the combination of these mods will have you not only looking but also sounding like the Mandalorian in no time. And while you're at it, you might as well download the new Darksaber mod to replace the in-game sword and equip your Mandalorian with the one and only Darksaber. And the cool thing about the Darksaber mod is that it comes with its own unique textures and swing sounds to make every swing feel deadly and powerful. But maybe the Mandalorian isn't your thing, and maybe Jango Fett is more up your alley. Well, luckily, you can just download the Jango Fett Mantis replacement mod, and combined with the Mandalorian jetpack and the jetpack sounds from earlier, you can become the OG base plate for all of the clone troopers, Jango Fett. And I gotta say, for there not being mod tools yet, this armor looks really good. Now, it isn't perfect, it does have some clipping issues, but if you give the armor to a companion, or if you just have it on display on a mannequin or something, it looks absolutely awesome. And if this outfit looks good now, this has me even more excited to see what will come in about a year once Bethesda finally releases the mod tools. So up next is one of my favorites on this list, and it's the Imperial Navy SysDef Star Wars Replacer mod. And this mod completely changes the SysDef uniforms to be Imperial Navy themed. And since the United Colonies has already been changed to the Empire in our previous mods mentioned, this mod fits in perfectly. Plus, the new SysDef Imperial outfit looks really cool on your character and displayed on a mannequin. Alright, so the next mod is still a work in progress, and it isn't close to being finished yet, but I just had to include it in this video, and it's the Astromech Mini Bots mod. Now, this mod will replace all of the mini bots or garden bots that you have running around in your outposts, but the reason I wanted to include this mod is because this is just huge. I mean, just think, when this mod is finished, it'll probably have full textures, lights, and even the correct sounds. And if the mini bots can be replaced, just think of all the other things that could be changed as well, such as the defense robots or the Model A robots like Vasco. We're probably going to end up getting full-on battle droids or protocol droids walking around our outposts or going with us on our adventures. Now, the mod author has said that they aren't very good at adding textures, that's why it's still not finished yet, and they've left it open to the community to finish the mod. So if any of you watching this video are up to the challenge and you know how to do this sort of thing, then please finish it, because I would love to have a mini R2-D2 just chilling at my base. So to close out this list, there's two weapon mods I want to mention, and they're the DL-44 Replacer and Immersive Lightsabers. Now, the DL-44 is one of my favorite blasters in all of Star Wars, so I'm glad that someone made this, and this mod replaces the Varun standard pistol, and I personally think it looks really, really good. Now, unfortunately, you can't use the scope or change its appearance or anything, but honestly, you don't really need to. It's Han Solo's iconic blaster, so even if you don't like how the weapon looks when you're using it in combat, this mod is worth downloading just to display the weapon on a display rack alone. And then next, there's the Immersive Lightsabers. Now, there's been a couple of lightsaber mods, but I think this one looks the best. Now, it doesn't look the greatest in first person, but honestly, considering what they have to work with, I think it looks pretty great. And this mod really shines when you use it in the third person, and specifically in the dark. The glow that these sabers give off just looks really, really cool in dark places like caves or inside of buildings and stuff. Now, when you install this mod, you'll have the option of which hilt you want to choose and what color of blade. Now, unfortunately, as of now, you can only have one color, but as quickly as people are pumping out these Star Wars mods, I would expect that to change really soon. So that is actually going to do it for all the mods in this video. There was actually a couple more that made the list that have since been removed from Nexus, so I can't really include them in this video. But if you're itching for more Star Wars mods, I highly recommend you check check out my previous video. And if you want to learn how to build yourself some really cool Star Wars inspired spaceships, I have 2 videos teaching you guys how to build Star Wars themed ships in Starfield. So I definitely recommend you guys check those out as well. But that is going to do it for everything in this video, guys. I am super excited for the future of Star Wars mods in Starfield. Let me know which mod was your favorite down in the comment section down below. And if you have any suggestions for the community, like if any really cool mods that adds to the overall Star Wars experience, let me know down in the comments and I'll pin it or I'll give it a heart so that everyone else can see. But that is going to do it for me, guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video.